people, Indrid here, 3v3, Ashes of Typhon, blue team. HansMoleman, who went random and get a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, fights melee, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Good offense and disruption. Alongside, it's Indrid with his Plague Champion. Starts off range combat, good defense, good offense and good support, but lacks mobility and doesn't start off very tough. Eerie alongside is a Kommando knob who also went random. Infiltrating commander that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up, taking fire from Phantom Lands. Chaos Space Marines, he is another Chaos Lord on the red team. Alongside, Adila is a Warlock, offensive melee commando, leaps into combat passively, great mobility and can disrupt and tank very well also. And rounding out red team, we have a Blood Ravens Techmarine played by Warp. Starts off range combat, puts out some nice damage. Also good utility, can build structures and repair. HansMoleman trying to chase him down with his Chaos Lord, taking a lot of fire. Double Dire Avengers turn around and shoot him down. Ouch. Ashes of Typhon then, a 3v3 map that you very rarely see. There's a pretty decent 1v1 and 2v2 version, but the big version, which is this, was pretty much intended for free-for-all play. I think it was never in the ranked rotation as a 3v3 map. This is an official map though. I always like this tile set, I think it looks very good, and it's actually not that bad as a 3v3 map. The east side, which is here, you're looking at now, is very cool. You have this contested victory point, 3 power points here to fight over. A central wreck point which leads through to the natural victory points, so it's a really cool area to fight over. The slightly bad thing is the west, which is down here. You basically have 2 opposing players starting very close to each other and fighting over a power point, which you'd be crazy to try and put generators on and hold. The upshot of course is if you are forced off here, the other player can go and harass your natural victory point if he's quick enough. So it does have some tactical importance down there. You can't just leave it and come and join the east side. HansMoleman with double Chaos Space Marines, both with Eternal War, and catches some Howling Banshees in retreat there and takes them down. They did kill my heretics though, those Banshees, but both of us managed to catch them in retreat and take them down. Plague Champion reviving the Chaos Lord, HansMoleman having to retreat this squad. You both have double Chaos Space Marines. Devastators on the field for Warp. Setup team with a heavy bolter that can suppress infantry, very good versus double Chaos Space Marines, since it will just completely shut them down. HansMoleman trying to complete this cap, but we have Kraken bolts on these tactical marines and the Devastators, and he runs. I have second thoughts of trying to do it myself, and I have Raptors on the field, jump troops that suppress enemies when they land. Fight melee with bolt pistols and chainsaws. Let's have a look at the west side then. Eerie with triple shooters, light infantry that fight range, put out some nice DPS, can also suppress with aiming. What's that? Really nice tier 1 damage from range. It's quite far to try and harass the VP, which is why the players at the bottom are not trying to do so straight away. You need to gain some kind of superiority, wipe some squads, and then you can try and harass the VP. There are 2 setup teams here, so I'm not going to jump them with my Raptors just yet. Plus I want to wait for Hans to come and support, and he's getting some Havocs. Here are some Dire Avengers behind cover. Don't want to use my jump on them. Adila just misjudging that grenade. Raptors need 65 energy to jump, so unlike Assault Marines, you can't jump and then jump again soon after. Eerie losing his Kommando knob at bottom. Havoc set up here, and he has no way to counter these Havocs with triple shooters. He can counter them of course with his infiltrated Kommando knob and a stun bomb, but these heretics have an aspiring champion, so they will spot the infiltrated commander. I'm trying to push through, which was ill-advised because there are some rangers here from Adila. Sniper infantry, good burst damage from range, can also disrupt. Very powerful unit in tier 1 in the right hands. Can also deploy hollow fields. Shuriken is here. Devastators set up here. And something very strange happens, as you'll see. I jump the shuriken and the Devastator do not shoot at my raptors. Very, very unlucky for red team. I'm not sure what happened. There's some kind of line of sight issue there. It doesn't seem to be. Now they start firing. Very strange. They suppress my raptors. There's some disruption from these heretic grenade launchers. I've replaced the heretics I lost, by the way. Raptors lose a model here, I think, but do get into melee with the Devastators. Now Dire Avenger's trying to outshoot my Cursed Space Marines and my Plague Champion. Not a lot of cover here. There is some here for red team, which seems to be slightly closer than our cover, which is all the way back here, and slightly bigger as well. Perhaps a slight advantage to them in that respect, or very slight. Now we're hitting power with double CSM. These guys are very low, so I get the mucus discharge to support our tier 1 ranged armies. My other one's back at base. And both of these players at bottom have lost their commanders, or west, which is what I mean by bottom, but he did cap our natural VP, look at that. And they have a 2-to-1 right now, because we have the east. Noble Worship. Assault Marines jumping on my Chaos Space Marines, trying to back away. Now there's Devastator support. Whoops, Assault Marines, not quite as good synergy with the Techmarine as the other Space Marine commanders, especially the Apothecary, of course, but can still do a job for you. Leap into melee combat and disrupt. Have more health than Raptors, but they do cost more as well. Again, suppression laid down by the Shuriken. I have grenade launchers on my heretics, which I don't use very often, to be honest. They're very, very much like my aspiring champion heretics, especially with Touch of Nova, but with two suppression teams here, I didn't think they'd be able to get into combat very effectively. Now the Havoc suppressing those tactical marines. Havoc suppress so well, even for a setup team. They suppress instantly from long range. Rangers getting too close here, losing models for Adila, and lost 2 models. So we're bleeding the red team decently well here, taking out Devastator models earlier, taking out Guardian weapon team models here, and taking out Rangers. My heretics caught in retreat by these sneaky Dire Avengers, and lucky to not get grenaded in the face and whacked out, get away with 2 models. Here come my Raptors back out of base, catching these Dire Avengers in retreat with some melee, and there is the wipe out. That was HansMoleman with the melee in retreat there, and I just gave him a Breath of Noble heal. 385, 420, it's a 2-to-1 cap for us. Eerie, wow, he's got double shooters left. He has lost sluggers and lost shooter boys, had to repurchase his commander as well. Phantom Land, on the other hand, has not repurchased his commander.
Allies have claimed a requisition point.
Eerie worrying about this power, I'm not sure why. It's only given them +4, it's not a big deal. Just protect the victory point. Central rec point again changing hands. Decapping their natural with my Raptors, who eat a big destructor. Looks like Adila's coming to support Phantom Land a little, or at least try and revive him. Shuriken Cannon getting jumped now. Decapped, but now my Plague Champ is in trouble and probably is going to go down here. He does retreat, but not quickly enough, and does go down. Taking out Ranger models though, can I wipe them out here? And they do get wiped out. Raptors level. Nicely done, 385, 405, and there goes my Plague Champion down. Not sure what these Dire Avengers are trying to do, trying to grenade me. And hit me pretty nicely. And they all get up, nicely done. Left my Raptors in this combat way too long. These Assault Marines already have their Sergeant, and I lose the Raptors. A huge and very, very poor loss from me. 385, 405. This is where it starts to go pear-shaped. Or badly, if you don't know what that term means. Hans again doing a very good job hitting power. Has an aspiring champion on both of his Chaos Space Marine squads before I've even gone to tier 2. And as usual, I'm the last to go. Very, very late to go. Look at this, I already have 100 power. Eerie now with a Death Dread, going to try and use that to push. Havoc set up doing an excellent job. And some Dark Reapers for Adila, long range plasma damage. Very, very bad news for our Chaos Space Marines with their heavy armor. 381405. Shuriken suppressing my stuff again. I overextend, get too close. Just about retreat in time, but look at this. Phantom land in retreat path, and I lose my Chaos Space Marine squad, which is a huge blow. Do I lose my commander as well? No, he does get away. That was so bad. I'm lucky to get away with this squad. Awful play from me. Was not aware of what was in behind. I had no way to see it, but no excuse for overextending there. Lost all but one model on the other squad as well. And now HansMoleman's all by himself. Here comes Adila in behind. All of the bodies strewn around the place. This is 2.0.9 work in progress build. It is not out yet, and I cannot give you the link to the work in progress build, so please stop asking me. 376394. Double mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines on the field by HansMoleman, caught in retreat by Ethereal Slash. Wow, excellently done by Adila, and now has a level 4 Warlock. And Orks, dropped in retreat path. Good grief, one model on each squad. That was painful for Hans. 66 requisition to reinforce. Chaos Space Marines also needs to repurchase his aspiring champions, of course. No, the aspiring champion survived on this squad, lucky him. And I respond with a Dreadnought. They do have Devastators and a Guardian weapon team, but I figure I can look after the Dreadnought in this choke point here. 376, 362 HansMoleman with a very aggressive melee army as Bloodletters and double mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines, who have these chain axes, kind of like Khorne Berserkers, I suppose. They are power weapons. The aspiring champion also gets an awesome melter pistol. Look at this though, and Phantom Land, with a Chaos Dreadnought of his own with Mark of Khorne. Gives it these 2 close combat claws, and it is fearsome in melee, especially when it uses Blood Rage. Eerie keeping his Death Dread alive. A very nice cheap walker. I think it's only 250-70 or something like that. Or 650 hit points. You can upgrade it with Burners and Bits, gives it 1050 hit points. And here is my Dreadnought with the default autocannon. There are no Mark of Nurgle Dreadnoughts, unfortunately for me. That would be awesome. Or the autocannon is good enough. I have Mark of Tzeentch for my Chaos Space Marines, gives them these Inferno Bolts. Very good damage versus all infantry. Ethereal Slash in retreat on his Bloodletters. Good grief. That Warlock is dangerous. We took down Warps. Techmarine, as you saw, he was on the way to get Bionics. Also has Axe of the Mechanicus, which I was very surprised at. Did not think he'd try a melee Techmarine on this map. Dark Creepers almost wiped out. They do get away though with 5 hit points of grenade on my Heretics, but they're lucky to only lose 3 models. And we push them back. Some Nurgle worship here. For no particular reason. Why are you worshipping Indrid? Phantom Land pushing against Eerie. Has no way to deal with this Mark of Khorne Chaos Dreadnought. He does have tank busters, but alone I don't think that's going to be enough. Blood Rage Dreadnought now going after the Chaos Lord, but it does wear off and he regains control. Some Khorne worship there boosting the speed, and Khorne worship, like Tzeentch worship, does work on vehicles. Nurgle worship on the other hand does nothing for vehicles at all. 376, 345. Double cap for blue. Not that it should do something for vehicles, because it regenerates health of infantry. Wraith Guard on the field for Adila. Short range artillery unit. Huge damage to all targets, but very, very slow and vulnerable to melee. Not quite as slow as they were though, of course. They did get a nice speed buff in 2.0.9. And they got a reduction in the fire rate of their weapons as well. So a pretty nice buff, and they needed it because they were very rarely used by Eldar players, since they just lack the mobility of the rest of the units. Hopefully we'll see them a bit more often now, because I've always liked some Wraith Guard. 376, 324. HansMoleman preserving both of his Chaos Space Marines level 3 and level 2, and he goes tier 3. Eerie goes tier 3. I still have my Dreadnought. I'm coming down here to help out Eerie, try and take care of this Dreadnought, and I've gone for double Plague Marines because Hans has such an aggressive army. I thought I'd try and back it up with a bit more of a solid ranged army. Dreadnought uses Blood Rage. Tank Busters getting shots in. Havoc suppressing these shooters. Blood Rage Dreadnought now chasing me down. These heretics trying to chase and repair. I lose a Plague Marine squad, but we do take down the Dreadnought. So that's a fair trade, and my Dreadnought, look at this, just about gets away, 22 hit points. Meanwhile, Hans was all alone. I did build him a shrine though, which is suppressing his Assault Marines right here. In this work in progress build, Chaos Shrines generate Favour, which is the red resource for Chaos. But as I understand it, that will be removed in the final version of this patch. They will no longer generate Favour. It was seen as a bit too strong. Maybe they'll try and rework it, but at the moment, from what I understand, it's going to be removed. 324, a 2-to-1 cap for red. Eerie with some knobs on the way, and Phantom Laz needs a way to deal with them. He has double Havocs, Mark of Zinch, and a normal one. Why is getting Mark of Zinch? I have no idea. Maybe he wants to come and hunt my Dreadnought, which is being repaired by 2 heretics right now. Here come my Plague Marines, nice generalist unit, tough, decent damage to all targets. Down goes my Plague Champion. There's an Abyss from Hans, wiping out that Shuriken, nicely done. And killed a bunch of Dark Creepers. I think it kills his Chaos Lord as well. Flinging him around with those chains. The chains can only pull one model at a time, and kills his Chaos Lord, damn it. 322, 324, 2-to-1 cap. I thought he'd easily be able to revive me. My Plague Marine's lucky to get away with 4 models there. It is Phantom trying to harass us. Eerie coming to save the day. And he has his Nob squad on the field. Elite melee infantry can go toe to toe with anything in the game, especially when you upgrade them. But they can get very, very expensive with their upgrades. Start off with these 2-handed chain axes, which are heavy melee weapons, so they will damage all targets. 300, 324. There's another Abyss that is mine on Phantom stuff, and I killed a bunch of it. As double CSM left and a Havoc squad, or does he? Because I can't. No, he lost them. I couldn't select them there. Another Ethereal Slash. This Warlock is so annoying. Level 6, has Cloak of Shadows and Warp Throat. My Plague Champ is level 5 and down. Chaos Lord of Hans level 4 for Phantom. Warps Techmarine level 3, Bionics, Refractor Field and Axe of the Mechanicum makes him a very annoying melee commander. Very, very tough with this Refractor Field. Good melee damage and destruction with Bionics. Going after my heretics. Dreadnought run away. Still level 1. There's a Rocks from Eerie, but Adila is alert to it and moves out. Wraithguard nice and speedy with their Warlock leader. But at the moment they don't have a Warlock leader. They're getting Wraith Sight from the actual Warlock commander. Wraithguard getting shots on my Dreadnought there, trying to tank the damage and hit back, and here comes Eerie with these knobs. Huge hammers are on the field. Knobs will gain momentum with each hit. You can see these orange rings going up and down their bodies. Each ring is a stack of momentum. They gain damage for each stack. I think they gain a bit of speed as well or something. It's just a very nasty weapon. 239, 324 Eerie with just shooters level 3 and a level 3 Nob squad. Grief, they've leveled quickly. We do have new Nob models, but unfortunately you can't see them. Eerie must not have high enough rank, but they are awesome. Hopefully one day I'll get them in a cast. Phantom now with just double Chaos Space Marines, but they do have Markers each and are both level 4 as well. Everyone's tier 3. Even though I dropped a nuke already, I have 750 red again. Adila and Warp now going tier 3. I put up another shrine here. If you worship it, as these heretics are doing, it allows you to reinforce, as well as this heal and the suppression. Blood Maul on the Curse Lord, alongside Mantle of Hate and Demonic Visage. Adila getting very aggressive with his Warlock there. His Phantom Land dropping in some Chaos Terminators, Twin Linked Bolters and Power Fist, and there's another Abyss from me. Killing a bunch of stuff, mostly scouts I think. And I think a few Marines, a tactical Marine or two. Got a bit too close myself though, and my Chaos Space Marines get pulled in, but I can just bring them back to this shrine. There's that Eerie's all alone on the west side. Phantom Land is totally top, his double CSM and his Chaos Terminators. Super heavy infantry, cannot retreat, walk through cover and cannot be suppressed. Demoralize enemy troops whenever they kill something. No upgrade for them yet, they can get lightning claws and a Reaper autocannon. Level 3 Nob Squad wading into this D cannon here, and they wipe it out. Good grief. 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6. There's the triple cap for blue team. Trying to be very wary not to overextend here. Assault Marines coming in. There's a Librarian as well, and the Techmarine. Assault Marines having to jump out. Havoc setting up for that instant suppression, and a bunch of Thorn Worship as well, and I drop in my own Chaos Terminators. Eventually I get the autocannon for them, and I also make my Plague Champion melee with a Plague Fist. In hindsight, probably a mistake, should have kept him ranged. But there you go, trying to dodge this orbital, but a lot of my stuff gets caught in it. I'm just going to try and tank it out. I don't want to retreat because I want to stay in this engagement. Just trying to tank the damage and then move back to the shrine and reinforce. Which luckily for me does work, because my Chaos Space Marine is level 4 and the level 2 Plague Marines won't be taken out by the beams. Ouch, Tactical Marines wiped out by Hans, nicely done, and he retreats. 2, 3, 4, 1, 8, 2. D cannon up for Adila. Incredibly long range artillery unit with an awesome special ability called Singularity. I'm sure we'll see it at least once. My Plague Champion gets revived. Level 5. Level 7 Chaos Lord kicking ass. There is Sweeping Doom, yes that's what it's called. Huge disruption and a stun. More scouts on the field for Warp at this late stage, not sure why. Usually you'll see late stage scouts to repair something. You have some Vanguard veterans for Warp. First Company Assault Marines with Lightning Claw, 2 Power Swords and a 2-handed Thunderhammer which knocks back and does all sorts of fun stuff. But look at this, he's upgrading to the Power Fist here. 228, 170. There's the auto cannon on my Terminators. Does damage to all targets with a small area of effect. Vanguard veterans jumping in, instantly suppressed by the shrine. So I'm in no hurry to pull back my Terminators. They are killing my heretics though, but the heretics are instantly being reinforced off the shrine that they are worshipping. Here's my ranged army, Hans with double Chaos Predators now. 200, 170. There's the double cap for red. They've decapped unnatural, and my Chaos Space Marines are retaking it. There's a Warp Throat, and we have Providence up for the Warlock. This is dangerous. Need to try and spread our forces out. There's a Singularity, good grief. I'm now getting fetid armor for my Plague Champion. Moving into the Warlock, we cannot damage him of course. Another Ethereal Slash, my heretics somehow surviving. Only level 2, and we do take him down in retreat as well. And Eerie with double Nob Squad. Both of them fully upgraded with Nob Leader and huge hammers. Phantom doesn't really have a hope against double Nobs, has no suppression, has no disruption. Not even a blood maul for his commander. And suppression for nobs in Elite is a semi-viable strategy because Frenzy now costs 75 red and it has a 1 minute cooldown. So if you can make them waste their Frenzy, which they're using right now, you can tell that red glow makes them invulnerable and immune to suppression. You can really hurt your opponent if you make them waste it. This Land Raider Phobos, look how much health it lost in a few seconds. There you see its Dirge Caster ability, which is a new ability, stuns nearby enemies and reduces the damage. It actually stuns your own units at the moment, which is not intended, of course, will be fixed. Lightning Claw Terminator is going into the knobs. That is his one hope, but they can't take on 2 squads and he's going to lose them. Bang. Ouch. East is now blue. Double Mark of Nurgle Chaos Predators for Hans gives them a nice health buff up to 1225 hit points level 1. Also a damage over time area of effect shot. Makes them less effective versus vehicles though. But great versus infantry, which is what we're facing a lot of. Some Noise Marines now for Hans. He wants to give them a Blastmaster and get us some artillery up there. This Phobos needs repairs badly. Twin Linked Heavy Bolter on front, which does not suppress, and Twin Link Las Cannons either side also has that awesome Dirge Caster ability that you saw there. 164, 150, a 1-to-1 cat. Techmarine flung aside, that was drain life from the Chaos Lord, alongside a bunch of range firepower. There's a Breath of Nurgle heal. My Plague Jabber now level 6, trying to get into combat. Chaos Lord misses to kill the weak and goes down. What level is my Dreadnought now? Level 3 Dreadnought with this autocannon raining fire in all the time. We have 2 autocannons now. Dodge, dodge, dodge. There's an orbital right on the Predator there. Hans needs to move it, but he's having trouble doing so again. I'm going to try and tough it out and then heal up at the shrine, which works again, luckily for me. 164, 128. Hans, I think, lost an entire Chaos Space Marine squad though. Phobos starting to come into play now. He's moved it up, slowly going to the east side, I think. Double knobs though, so difficult to deal with, even if you're perfectly set up with suppression and disruption. There's still a huge handful. There is the Dirge Caster, stunning and debuffing. I'm not sure if it debuffs the damage or increases the damage they take. Either way, it's not very good, and forces off this entire melee army, as you can see. So very, very much doing its job right there. We are still sitting on the east side. And here we see Blastmaster Noise Marines, artillery unit, with a projectile that knocks down everything in its path, which often annoys melee units. There we go, knocking down some of my stuff. I am standing right in front of it though. 164, 63. Another Abyss there, I think, from Hans. How many nukes in this game? I almost have enough for another. Adila has enough for an Eldritch Storm. 164, 59. Librarian harassing the shooters. They are level 4, fully upgraded. Knob Leader and Big Shooter. Librarian with Tome of Time to support the Vanguard veterans, no doubt. Here come, oh, for little tank busters, it's the Kommando Knob with the rocket launcher. Phobos is still around. Also have a Predator here from Warp. Yeah, this is when I start putting up turrets. I have one heavy bolter turret here and another here, and I give this one las cannon. Vanguard veterans jumping in with that power fist, going after my turrets. I try to defend it here with a pestilent strike and shoot them with everything I've got, and they still take my turret down. Now this one has a twin las cannon, and the las cannon turret does insane damage with each shot. My heavy bolter turret goes down to those Vanguard veterans. What level are they? I can't believe they tanked all that damage. They're still level 1. I play champion, now trying to fight the Techmarine. 16151, Phobos pushing forward. I do have quite a lot of anti-vehicle though. Plague Marines, Dreadnoughts, Terminators with the autocannon and this turret. And here come double knobs. Taking down the Phobos in seconds there. Huge engagement on this east side. Tank getting shots in. There's an Abyss from Hans, I think. Yes. No, that's from Phantom maybe. I think it was on Phantom trying to take out the knobs. There's an Eldritch Storm from Adila. Trying to protect their victory point. I think I teleport in my Terminators, yes, to try and cap it. Predator's still around though. Still Phantoms, double CSM as well, and Devastators. Level 4 Devastators. Look at the damage they're putting on my Terminators here. Crazy. And there's my Abyss wiping out those Chaos Space Marines. No, they survive. But Phantom Land not noticing, and they do get wiped out. Devastator's got away. 13251 is a fire prism from Adila. Red team now reeling from all of these nukes we've dropped on their faces. I don't think I used any other globals at all. No Touch of Nurgle, no Noxious Cloud, and I blocked Hans's tank here. Can't seem to move my guys out of the way. Down it goes. That was the missile launcher shot from the Dark Creepers, I think. Yeah, the Tempest launcher. 13230. There's the double cap for us, and this sees out the game. I'm pretty sure. Yes, we get the triple cap. In fact, Knob decapping there. Phantom just lost too much stuff with all these nukes. Didn't deal with triple Knob squad from Eerie. Good grief. How do you deal with that? 1327. Double cap. We protected our power, I think, a lot better than Red Team did. We hit this power a lot. As you can see here, it's completely taken down. And they very, very rarely came and had a go at this power as well. And there you see it. Ashes of Typhon. What do you think of the map, guys? I quite like it as a 3v3 map. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.